felt like I was somewhat unlucky with my draws, but that's the nature of the game, so I won't complain about that.
It's a card game.
Yeah.
Oh, we already started with the first game. That was quick. Okay, so we're proceeding with Shaman, the Windfury Shaman, against a warrior.
Wow.
So, what do you think?
Okay, so Mirrari actually, he should be aware of the nature of the shaman, right? So
Oh, yeah, you should.
He chose this on purpose.
But look, I was wondering if
there's a
Freakeh
lightning
is
storm.
playing Lightning Storm in his deck, and he did fit it. That's really.
Probably just one.
I don't know how.
But
he
double
does that.
Doomhammer and the starting hand is pretty awkward.
Okay.
But
the thing is,
what makes me thinking is that
Yeah.
Mirrari actually chose this shaman, so and he didn't know what class he would play, so he have to feel
he-
really
he is confident
against this matchup.
Yeah.
Or he wanted to have it out of the way. I don't know. But
We'll see how that develops. I'm really
okay,
curious
both
because
banned Warlock, so no Warlocks.
no warlocks. Yeah, that's true. But there's no hunter actually in Mirrari's setup, which is really surprising.
Freakeh plays Hunter. But Mirrari didn't bring one.
Yeah, that's true. Why would that's a slight misplay here, because you could have just used the Rockbiter weapon on your healing totem, so you would avoid 1 point of damage. Because it would
Yeah,
be
but you lose the healing totem. Oh no,
No,
you don't.
you
don't
don't.
even lose. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you just took 1 unnecessary point of damage.
And
here.
the healing totem heals himself.
Yeah, that's
itself. So.
Okay, still Taskmaster are doing some job. It just took 2 mana out of the Freakeh arsenal here, but now you get 2 hammers. You want to get some value first, so I think. Oh, there's a Sludge Belcher also on the left side. It's not clearly visible. So I think you want to coin out Doomhammer or Sludge Belcher, and if there's a 2/2 minion, I think Doomhammer is a good
but now you're left with 3 mana next turn.
Yeah, that's still okay. You have the Flame Tongue to actually do some damage or just power up. I think it's okay. I think you want to Doomhammer getting job done
Yeah,
as soon as
if you're sitting
possible.
on 2 Doomhammers, you probably just want to.
And what's more important against Warrior, you want to chip off his armor so he
every
doesn't
turn.
have any value from Shield Slam, and
So he
Mirrari
might actually,
has a one.
I don't know, maybe Earthshock this and get it out of the way.
So now there's a second Rockbiter, which is important. So he actually can clear the board here.
I'm not sure if he wants to because it's part of his combo, but
he has
so many
burst.
combos.
Yeah, he can actually.
Probably doesn't matter.
Yep. He wants to get the.
He's probably
shade
going to
Alexander's, I
use the
think.
healing totem for this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now it's basically the same play as before.
Exactly.
This one goes right.
I'm really curious if that 1 point of damage will matter in this matchup. That will be so weird.
Yeah. Okay, silencing the flame tongue seems like a good idea.
I think you should play the Fear Warx here.
Yeah, I wonder why he's sitting so much on this. Maybe he doesn't want to reveal it until something.
Like, you could have just used the Fear Warx and kill this second totem, like the healing totem, to get more value out of the next turns.
Yeah, but you lose an X charge for the hero power. It's not that great, but. And he just played a flame tongue, so. But I'm not sure why he doesn't play the Fiery War Axe, because other weapons are going to show up.
Yeah, do we know
eventually.
if he plays Gorehole or not?
I don't actually remember. I remember that Toyd plays it, which
yeah.
destroyed my board.
Yeah. Maybe there's a 1 piece of Bloodlust here also. That would be such
It wouldn't
overkill,
surprise
but yeah.
me that much, but it would be heavy somehow. If he plays with like 35 cards, maybe. Both Alex Trazes. Interesting.
So, Mirrari already has Brawl, and that's one of the most important cards against Shaman, but his board is actually bigger than the Shaman's, which is kinda odd, because Shaman wants to build his board as early as possible.
Oh, there's
That's the Fire Elemental, which we didn't see in the previous matches also, which is kind of weird, right? We were wondering if there's a Fire Elemental here in this deck,
that
if
comes
there's a
very
Lightning Storm.
handy now. just to kill the Spellbreaker.
Yeah,
But still, the Loatheb trades pretty well with it. Oh, he's using...
He will take a lot of damage here.
Wow.
Right? He will clear both with his hero. I think so.
Yeah, but he has Alexstrasza 2 turns, right? So he can just...
No,
Oh.
he didn't clear. Okay, so he left the Spellbreaker, which I think is kinda odd, because you want to get some value out of the Fire Elemental. It will just die to many things. You think he will play Brawl here? I think he will.
He will kill a totem and just brawl. Then
No,
you're left.
just go face and kill a totem, I think. Maybe the Haunted Creeper will be alive, or...
Was pretty lucky.
yeah. What's also more important is that he did draw a second weapon, so he doesn't have a value from the Fear Warx. If he plays the Deathspite now, the Fear Warx will not be
It's
played.
actually a pretty awkward turn. He has no shield block to like kill the Fire Elemental with a
There's
shield
no
slam, and
execute
if he
also?
uses Brawl and the Fire Elemental survives, it's
I think
you can armor up, shield slam, and attack it first. I don't know.
he's gonna face.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. He sees his opportunity, and he can actually kill him next turn with Brawl if no taunt shows up.
That's true.
But there will probably be the Sludge Belcher then.
There's Belcher, which is protecting Freakeh from being dead next turn, and he will play it for sure because he just saw 8-point damage to the face, which just telegraphs Grommash next turn.
Yeah, especially with the one left charge of the
Oh,
Death
yeah.
Spite. Was the same with Toyed in my game, but didn't have anything to prevent it.
True. Like only the Defender of Argos would be
Yeah.
a good draw then.
Or just lethal.
Oh yeah, or just leave. And he didn't hit the
Taunt Totem.
Taunt Totem.
So he has to play the Belcher for sure.
What's the name of the Taunt Totem? Earth Elemental? I mean Earth Totem?
Stoneclaw Totem.
Stoneclaw Totem. Yeah, right. You're right.
Okay, so
Second Deathspite. Wow.
Fire Elemental
I
getting
think
a lot of
it's-
value here.
I think it's Brawl time.
So he will be left with at least a 1/2 Taunt and 2 1/1 Spiders.
You can play.
Even if the Fire Elemental survives now, you can Shield Slam it.
Yeah, I think it's Brawl time.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. And you can kill a leftover with the first Death Spite.
I don't think you want to kill it right now because that's really weird.
That's, well...
That's really risky, right?
Well, it's 1 in 7 now or something, but it's...
There's still a chance to actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
There it goes.
So the 1/1.
Wow, that was best outcome.
Yeah, there will be no attack here.
He doesn't even want to attack. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. He took the risk and it paid off really well.
So
So now he begins the refilling of the
there was
board.
actually some he could have attacked with the Deathspite because he is not able to actually pull off lethal next turn.
Yeah.
So he could just proceed with playing a second Deathspite and just go face with it. Then you can just proceed to play Grommash and
Or you draw a
Warwick's to
Taskmaster.
activate the new Deathspite.
I wondered if you would play Alexstrasza. Well, it dies to the BGH, but it still heals him for 4.
So the next turn.
Oh,
Really, Grommash?
He doesn't even,
Why would you play Grommash here?
because you can do 10 damage to the face and execute the Alexstrasza.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a pretty huge turn, so. But there's a Hex, but just 5 health left, and he has 2 weapons in hand.
And now Shaman has actually no way of healing because he just used his Alexstrasza.
I wonder if he uses the same Shaman dex. There's no. Right? This looks more like. Well, it's double Doomhammer, but it looks
He
more like.
didn't draw any of those cards that he actually did draw in the previous.
Yeah,
game,
there's
so
no
that's-
Shade, there's no Wind Fury.
There's no lava burst. There's no lightning bolts.
Okay, we didn't see the Lava Burst in the first 2 games. Probably has 1 copy of each in the deck, so it's
that's
it's like 30 different cards.
it's like a draft
No,
pool from Magic or
9
whatever.
and 29 and the double Doomhammer. Okay, so Lothep goes down. Well, we'll put him down to 1.
And now...
Okay, Mirrari is pretty confident right now, so he's just playing, slamming down the cards.
You can even play the big game hunter here, because if...
I think so, if the Taunt Totem shows up...
You have the Black Knight for it.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Pharaoh Spirit.
Oh yeah, Pharaoh Spirit, okay.
Could have been killed by... whatever.
But yeah, he didn't draw it because he did draw it in the last game, so yeah, that's a pattern here.
Ah, there's the Lava Burst. Yeah, I think Freakeh doesn't have an out here.
Well, he doesn't have a way to actually draw a card, so yeah.
So rolling the Taunt Totem is like... Yeah, okay.
He did hit the Taunt Totem,
but he doesn't know what we know. That there's the Black Knight, which is coming down. So Mirror will actually go 1-0 here, the series.
What's
wonder
funny?
if he wants to Lava Burst his face just for the show off. Yeah.
What's even more fun is that there was actually no card that could have dealt, could have deal with the Taunt Totem other than Black Knight, right? Because he already did use Taskmaster, and that's only 1 damage.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Okay, so Mirror so much different ways.
Yeah, after the Leroy nerf, you see a lot of variants in Miracle Rogue decks. Some play very minion heavy, some play very spell heavy, some with like deck hands and arcane golems and cold-like oracles and
Assassin Blades and double Blood Furies, Malagas and stuff like that.
Okay.
So did Freakeh pull off a Greetings here? He should have, because if you have Wild Growth, you just go Greetings on turn 1.
I think I might have coined out the Creeper there and then gone Wild Growth, because you can play the Yeti afterwards.
Yeah, you're right.
Turn 4. Would have a bigger board. And Creeper is actually annoying for Warrior. Well, okay, it doesn't play around Black Knight and Acolyte and thing, but you have the Yeti for this. I think you go
so
Yeti.
You play Yeti, then Warrior proceeds with Taskmaster to his Acolyte to draw 2, and then go face for free. Oh, Shield Slam. That actually changes. I think I would have used Shield Slam with just Shield.
He can still, if he wants to clear the Yeti, he can. Has many ways to do it now with the Acolyte. It drew 2 cards.
That's really okay.
It won't draw more cards.
He's playing double Taskmaster. That's good to know.
Pretty solid play here. I think he will Freakeh will probably coin out the Cairn here. Oh.
He has 2 options now. It's either Droid of the Claw, I mean Droid of the Taunt, Droid of the Charge, or play Khorne.
Yeah.
And it's Khorne, as Artosis would say. And there is no spell breaker from Mirrari, so he will just play Faceless. Yeah. So it's pretty a stalemate here. But
I wonder if he should have killed like the first form of it, just to get rid of it.
We'll see the next turns how it will develop, because
does he have a turn 6 play?
Yeah, he has a turn 6 play, and it's a good one. He can play Armor Smith, get additional armor from the Taskmaster, then proceed with shield block and shield slam, like
okay, yeah, there are a lot of options, so I see why he chose this path. And maybe he wants to, maybe he runs a Spellbreaker or something, just wants to draw into it before he clears it off.
We'll see.
Okay, so being Freakeh, what do we do here? Well, probably play one of the druids.
You can...
Or you could cycle the Wrath and hope for a Keeper. Okay, he goes with Wrath.
So Wrath, and if not Keeper, then Swipe?
Probably, yeah.
It's a shame, okay. So he plays the Swipe. like every single play you do in that turn, I think was okay-ish, right? There was like no bad play here because it's just different play style, I think.
It's probably right, and it plays around. Well, you wouldn't play it, the Druid of the Claw in charge probably, because it dies to the board pretty easily. And if you
it's
played
also
a
turn
taunt,
6.
you're
Yeah.
not playing around Black Knight, so it was pretty much a solid play. Okay.
Warrior's in really good position here.
Yeah.
28 points of life on turn 6, and Druid has no board position at all. Now, I think you should be. I think there's. You have to play the Shade of an Extremis as soon as possible, because you need to build it as much as possible to deal like with Belcher or just deal lethal at some point. So.
Well, playing the Shade is pretty awkward because you're left with 4 mana and you can't play any of your big creatures here.
But you will proceed with Haunted Creeper, who just sits there on the from the
Yeah,
first
and gives
turn.
armor with the Armor Smith. It's not that great. Okay, but he plays it nevertheless.
It's awkward, I agree, but you have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
If you didn't coin out it on turn 1, and you're just sitting on it. There's so many options for Mirrari here, and I think you save the low tip for turn 9 to just avoid the possible combo, even if it's not lethal. Okay, he doesn't agree with me.
Well, he has 28 life at this point, and
But
if he can deal with the board, it's not.
I think I would save Lotta because Freakeh already played one graph, one swipe, one innervate, the coin, and the wild growth. So he basically just used his at least half of his arsenal when it comes to spells.
Okay, so he kills the spider, gets 1 more armor from him, yeah, and just.
Yeah, I think Belcher is better here, and just power up because you want to keep a second taunt. Okay, killing off the spider.
Even with Black Knight, the board doesn't seem too bad. Black Knight Wrath would be annoying though.
Okay, I just said that Freakeh just played almost every single spell he had, and he draws into another one. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mirrari's pretty much ahead here.
So he's forced to I think to build the board here. He has to play the minion in a taunt because charge is not enough.
Well, he has to deal with all these things. For his Druid of the Claw would just die, so and now the board is somewhat weak. It can't kill a Druid of the Claw. Well,
But
in an obvious
you
way.
can just rebuild your
Yeah,
board
of course.
instantly.
Oh, Rack is a pretty good backup there. You're probably okay with hitting both targets, so pretty solid position for the Rack.
Hitting Spectral Knight would be much better.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
he does it. So MS Rag.
Okay, turned out pretty well. There's no big game hunter or something.
Ancient of Lore is 2 turns too late for the optimal play. We'll see how that develops because usually you want to play the Ancient of Lore to draw into spells because you need them to have a response to the board of your opponent. But
to be honest, I don't see a way for Freakeh to win this year.
If he plays a big game hunter in his deck and draws into Innovate and big game hunter, then actually he can pull it off.
Ancient of Lore into Innovate and big game hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, this would solve some problems, but I doubt it. This deck usually doesn't play big game hunter.
Top spot for Freakeh here.
Yeah. Can charge the taunt and play the shade and hope for a lucky reg anti-hit. Yeah. That's like the best turn, but it's still pretty awkward.
Oh yeah. Warriors is so powerful with so much weapon. If he draws the weapons in right order, he can build his board so easily.
And he didn't even trade much life for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he drew. Well, he used one shield block. He hasn't. Well, he has one more in his hand, so
He's
he basically is still at 30 life. So
he won't budge.
he won't even die to double combo. So it's pretty solid position here.
And he has additional taunt. He's really in a safe position here, and you know you have a Ragnaros on board, that Slash Belcher. Those two cards are so powerful itself. It's a raw power in those cards.
Even if your opponent has like a Black Knight, still the Shade has to get rid of the 1/1, 1/2. Then the Rag still is there and hits something. So yeah.
I wonder if Freakeh has any outs here.
I doubt it. It didn't get better from the last turn to this one.
Oh yeah. Well, if he draws from Ascent of Lore, he has no need on Invade. He's just hitting the Big Game Hunter.
Yep. Okay, that's just a play
that's
for not to
postponing
lose this turn, but it won't give him anything.
Yeah, that's just postponing death.
Wow. Mirrari feels pretty confident. He's just slamming down.
That was a misplay. He didn't attack with the Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Missing 2 damage.
Yeah, he feels pretty confident about his position. It's pretty obvious. Because he just slammed that down. Didn't even care about the 2 damage he missed.
So, unintentional BM?
No, I don't think so. We were just tired and want this done.
Yeah, I said unintentional.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'm just not making myself clear. It's pretty late. It's already 1 AM. Yeah, you're right.
And like I said to Nimsh before, Group D was already entirely tired when we arrived like 9 hours ago. So we just want to get this done. Wow, he's sitting on an Innovator. His last card.
Oh, and a Grom. So that's.
I feel like all the warriors today get their weapons and their Grom within the first half of the deck. It's.
So that's play to win. It has 50-50 coin flip to win the game.
To win this turn, or
yeah. Well, Amaz Rag is pretty consistent with his snipes.
Yeah, snipes the minions. That's basically what you want from a Rag.
So it will be 2-0 from Mirrari, and this is that's funny because Warrior is actually 5-0 in a row.
Yeah.
At this table.
I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, my lineup was actually somewhat designed to didn't play well. Oh wow.
Oh wow, that's a really good draw.
We're into the 3rd game already, so no time for talking. Like I said,
Group D
just want to get this stuff done.
We want to get this done as soon as possible.
Okay, so Freakeh picked the Rogue, which is apparently Merkle Rogue, which he builds with Violet Teachers. That's also a version you could run.
I actually was playing this version of Rogue very often on ladder and in tournaments. It's really solid against Warrior if you get the Shade of Nexamas really early, because the only option for the Warrior to deal with Shade of Nexamas is Brawl, and you know most of the Warriors play only 1 Brawl. And he did also draw the Assassin's Blade, which is the 2nd card after Shade of Nexamas, which really punishes Warrior. So it doesn't. It looks very good for Freakeh here.
Okay, so
even with the double armor smith.
Okay, so he probably should have chosen this before the Druid.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think this Rogue is really favored against Warrior, so. Maybe he didn't play the matchup so much to be aware of that, or maybe he wasn't so confident with this deck.
Yeah, it also depends on the lineup. I mean, you usually try to choose things that counter and be able to win you 2 more games. Or at least 1 more game.
This kind of Rogue is also very strong against Priest and against Druid. So I think she should have gone with the Rogue before Druid. Okay. But we'll see how it goes now. Because
double Armor Smith is a little bit scary though. So. Because he will stack up so much armor. Did he play Whirlwind? I don't think so.
No, we didn't see a Whirlwind
Yeah.
yet.
So out for the Violet Teacher later will probably be a Death Spite if we see one. Or if he sees one, rather. But he draws 2 cards from the Acolyte again, which is pretty huge for Warrior to get his options.
Already 6 armor on turn 4. 8 armor. I'm corrected. This is also very important to know that Mirrari is confident with his plays because he knows that actually Rogue has a limit of dealing damage in this matchup. He's not aware that this is the minion heavy Rogue yet, so he wants to armor up as soon as possible. And
So what do you do here? Do you trade or do you kill the Armorsmith with the Shade and kill the Taskmaster with the backstab after you played the Violet Teacher?
I think you just ignore the Armorsmith for some time because the second Armorsmith was just gone, so you don't have to worry about some really huge combos with wounds and ghouls and stuff like that. And you have the backstab in if you really need.
For
to
the
finish
Auctioneer
off.
later also.
You want to get Assassin's Blade as soon as possible on the board.
Okay. He's going with my play.
It's kind of he kind of
He built a board and cleared the opponent, so seems pretty good.
it's really lucky for Freakeh that Mirrari didn't draw into a execute
Yeah.
early on, so the shade is it's pretty safe.
Going to survive.
That
at
was
least
risky,
more
but it paid
Yeah.
off.
And a second Shield Slam. Did he use one?
Nope.
Okay, so also no Shield Slam. Pretty good. Okay, so there's 12 damage already on the board, so the armor could get...
And he gets no value out of Hesitant because there are no spells in his hand. So what we will see here.
But he didn't attack last turn with the weapon,
No,
so
he
he won't... well, he might play the Assassin's Blade after attacking something.
I bet he doesn't want to play minions right now because it's just
Brawl
begging
time.
for a brawler then. So I
There's
think
always the Phantom Brawl.
yeah,
Okay, so he probably hits it and just plays Assassin's Blade?
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And it's really tough to deal with that. From the warrior has to like draw into brawl, draw into Harrison Jones to deal with the situation, and he doesn't have either of those. And we don't even know if he's he plays Gorhol. If he plays an example of Harrison Jones here,
The ghoul is pretty weak. The only thing that will do is killing the 1/1. So he's staring at 12 damage again? Yeah. So now things are getting a little bit scary. I think he'll save the Eviscerate just to play it with the gadgets in later.
yeah, that's true. There's no point in playing Eviscerate when warrior's at 38 points.
Yeah.
You just want
Well, draw a card, basically,
and,
right?
and make a 1/1.
Yeah.
But you have such a great position that you just want to bash
Yeah.
what you have. and
Gorhal
just-
won't be that useful probably, because even if he kills the Shade, he takes another 7 damage.
He wants to draw and execute.
Yeah. Didn't get any executes or shield slams so far. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah. That's painful.
it's painful, but... well,
It's needed.
yeah, of course. It's necessary. Necessary evil.
Blade Flurry, which is really nice because it's like an additional. It's like a Wind Fury basically for the hero power.
Yeah.
I mean, for the hero, it's basically Wind Fury.
Hmm.
So,
The problem with this kind of deck is that you have actually not that many spells, right?
yeah, but
Or
you
you-
don't need it because you have minions.
Yeah.
So the warrior has to deal with minions first, and
But do you
don't
want to
really care.
play a plain SI7 agent? Okay. So he just goes for one draw.
he has like 2 concealers in that deck, 2 preparations still. So and he draw a Violet Teacher, which is kind of
Okay,
unlucky.
he's still 1 mana left, so he probably wanted to draw into a conceal. But
I think that playing a agent without any effect was better than actually playing auctioneer here.
Okay, now the execute comes down way too late. But he won't be able to draw any more cards from the Acolyte. He's probably going to execute this one. No, okay. So there's also no sap in Freakeh's hand.
Here, he did draw one turn too late with the preparation.
So both players aren't really getting what they want, but Freakeh's position, at least health-wise.
I think like Freakeh is playing too aggressively. He just could have just waited more because his position was really great, and he
just played the Gadgetzan like an Azure Drake, like draw one card from it.
Without even the spell power.
Yeah. But well, it's still a solid position if there's still no brawl. I wonder if he wants to play like a bigger Edwin now.
I don't think so. You want to keep those.
How many cards did he play? 2, right? So
we'll see how it goes. The port position is still super strong for Freakeh, so Mirrari has to deal first with the port, then worry about any burst damage.
Yeah, I probably would have slammed the Van Cleef too.
No.
6, 9, 12, 14. So Alex Strauss isn't going to help that. Well, he could Gore Howl and after that Alex Strauss, but it's still pretty grim.
If he Gore Howls first, then I plays like Straza, that's 11 damage just lurking.
Yeah.
At you.
I wonder if there's something right now.
And there are so many outs Rogue can draw into lethal, it's not even funny. So, there's actually almost no way of dealing with this situation. Like maybe Gromash into 3/2 Vile Teacher, then Gore. No, he has to play Alex here. Like I think that's the best thing.
No, well, if he executes, he can't, right?
If he executes, then he has to play Spellbreaker. So he's 2 off lethal.
One off, with a weapon. So.
Yeah. There is so many outs for 1 damage than for 4 that actually I think Alex was better here.
Oh. Okay.
So it's Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, which is still on the deck.
And
it's interesting.
What's important also that Mirrari knows that's a Leroy right now in the deck.
It's 2-1 now, and
it's Rogue versus Druid.
Yeah.
And there's greetings here, Wild Grove and
of course.
He wants to get a 4-drop.
Yeah,
so
of course.
That's more important than a 5-drop.
Yeah, especially if you go first.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets a Trillium Yeti for turn 3.
Wow, that's looking like a really nice curve now.
And on Freakeh's side, he has the Auctioneer with Coin and double backstab.
And Deadly Poison, yeah.
That's really good too.
It's going to be an interesting turn 5 or 6, but until then, we have a Yeti and a Spectral Knight.
Now the thing is, Freakeh luckily did draw an agent, so he has a way to deal with the
first Yeti, yeah.
Yep. He will just play backstab, agent, kill off with the dagger, which is super nice because he has still a minion on board. So Mirrari will have to proceed with Rev, so he will not build his board unless he draws into a Shade of Naxxramas or Hunted Creeper or something like that.
Actually does it with Deadly Poison. Yeah.
I would like to see the agent here. It's basically the same outcome because you just get 4 damage to your face.
Yeah.
And you have no board position, so...
Yeah, now he could have killed this with the remaining agent and the dagger, the Deadly Poison.
If he would play the agent, maybe Mirrari then would play Rev and he will not build his board. So I think playing agent was more correct than playing Deadly Poison here.
Especially if you play the minion heavy version, then you want to get minions on the board.
True,
right?
And he also plays Assassin's Blade, so Deadly Poison is super effective on Assassin's Blade. And not an unusual dagger.
Yeah. Okay, this was a very weak turn, just slamming this down without any effect. And
I think
wow.
that mistake could have just costed Freakeh the game.
Yeah, it could be, but
He's really low.
as we've seen in the series, Miracle Rogue can do.
Yeah, but this version of Miracle Rogue doesn't play any heal. So if he gets
He
low,
doesn't play Earthen Ring?
no,
Okay.
he has Shades of Nextramas in those spots.
Oh, okay.
So he's already really low, and
Wow, turn 7 lore is pretty
turn
solid.
6 lore.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
7
man.
mana turn.
He already has the combo.
Okay, that's looks pretty one-sided at this point.
So
So,
now-
but maybe there's some crazy
Now-
gadgets and coin prep.
Then we'll have to see
Shift.
a
Light Flurry action.
shift into Ancient of Law, and then Deadly Poison to kill off both minions and save
Light
some
Flurry.
life points.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Gazetan coin prep into
Yeah.
shift into
It's called
prep
Miracle for a reason,
into-
right? Yeah, well, there's the backstab still, so... And you can kill both minions with... Exactly, the Blade Flurry.
Alright, I didn't see the backstab. It was hidden on the left side or what?
Didn't pay attention, but I didn't see it either, so probably yes. Oh, there's
Oh,
a prep.
wow.
Oh, there's a second prep.
Oh wow. And he plays the Farseer.
Huh.
I'm really surprised because most of the Miracle
And he
Rogues with
probably
Shades
just
doesn't
won,
have actually spots for the Farseers.
Okay, so... There's some miracle action going, but he has the swipe. Here.
We have
Oh,
to tell the
wow.
production that
He actually slammed it down before his turn started. Before he even saw the card. Wow.
well, if he would go phase, it would be just lethal next turn with
Yeah.
the Farseer.
Pretty confident that he couldn't kill him.
Now
this
it will be
turn.
Sap. I feel like both players play too hastily.
Yeah, but like I
hastily.
said, we're so tired in this group.
So we
it
have
does affect the plays, definitely.
there is one card on the Freakeh hand that we don't see. There's
I see one Assassin's Blade there.
yeah, but there's also one card on the left
Okay.
side of the Assassin's Blade that's really important for us, but we don't see it.
Okay, well,
I think so. I'm not sure.
okay. So what is the play then here?
Well, you have to use Sap because it's
Do
basically.
we
a
see
Captain
Shadow
Marvel.
Steps? I mean, he runs Leroy, but I haven't seen Shadow Steps yet.
He will use 2 Cold Blast, I think, instead of Shadow Steps. And so the best way to deal with this is Sap, then play Shade of Nextramas into Rogue. Into Dagger. Yeah, there is a one card on the left side of Assassin's Blade that you can see.
It's a
there's
SS7 agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to sap this to regain tempo. So Freakeh is basically at 10 now, which is somewhat okay. Mirrari has the swipe at the keeper. Second lore. Yeah, just played again. Wow, this is
I must
minion sniper rag like
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time. I think it
And-
hit like minions 5 times in a row now. And over all
Mirrari
game.
actually wants the other outcome. Just go face with damage, go face,
well,
go face.
in this case, I'm not. I'm not sure because Freakeh just healed. But he has a lot of minions, but not so many spells right now.
It's what's funny that both at the same life totals. I think that Freakeh has to find a way to deal with the rag right now. He has the Eviscerate, so that's 4 damage. He has the Agents, so that's 6 damage. He has to find 2 points of damage to deal with the rag. So this might come to just trading your own HP for the rag, because if you don't do it, you should just spam the board with minions, because Druid has hard time with.
But there's no
huge
Violet
board.
Teacher anymore for a lot of 1/1s.
Oh, wow. So
That's an interesting way to deal with it. But it's a minion heavy approach.
so now it's 17 damage from combo, so he will be left at
18 with Innervate, yeah.
yeah.
You could just swipe face and keeper face and
ignore the agent. You can just deal 2 to the agent and swipe face, so you avoid the cold blood shenanigans. I think that's the proper way. You have the combo in hand, so you just want to deal some damage to your face, so you can have lethal with your minions on board, and you will have 3 minions on board. So that's actually pretty easy.
Wow.
I don't think
he draws
you
even
draw
more
cards.
cards.
You don't need cards here. You have all the pieces in your
Yeah,
hand.
I think so too. He could have just killed the agent and swiped face and
Yeah.
gone for lethal
Unless
next turn.
he would draw into a second
Wow.
Savage Roar.
That's a pretty weird play, in my opinion. Hmm. But with all these minions in Freakey's hand, this might actually get a good outcome.
So we have...
There's no second sap. At least for now.
he didn't draw into... Oh, he did use Blade Fury already, and he's not playing 2 for sure. So he has to deal with every single minion apart from Shade to be alive next turn, right? Because with Shade it's 19 damage, and second minion to Shade it's lethal.
Yep.
It's really hard to pull it off because you have only Eviscerate to deal direct damage.
And I
instant
think
damage.
we've seen both preps, right? So
Yeah,
gadget
one
set.
step for sure. I'm
Any
not
preps?
sure. 2 preps?
Yeah.
2 preps and 2 backsteps?
Yeah.
Because first
both
backstep was
backsteps.
for
Yeah.
Yeti.
So the only thing left is like a sap. So
Not playing the agent is really biting him right now.
uh,
On turn 2. I mean turn 3.
yeah, it probably comes down to this.
Does he have the way to clear 2 minions here?
No, I think he lost.
Yeah, that's the game. Unfortunately, that's
But he
the
probably
game.
knows it. I mean, if he draws 4 cards from lore, there has to be one combo at least. He didn't play
Well,
any parts from it so far.
He might be thinking, if he's so much digging into the deck, maybe he doesn't have the pieces yet. But he had the pieces already,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was not the case here.
But he
And
couldn't clear it anyway, so was a you got it, you win it. Game.
So congratulations to Mirrari. He actually advances from Group D to round